You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5, verse 14. My friend, this is your story. City on a hill. Your life has faced its fair share of challenges, yet it has also been blessed with brilliant, sunny days. Remember, those tough times weren't there to snuff out your brightness. They were there to make you shine even more. Imagine your life as a ship. No matter how turbulent the sea becomes, your ship stays afloat. And why is that? It's because it bears a divine gift bestowed by God Himself. Your light. From your earliest memories, you've felt this presence, a presence that hinted you were not like everyone else. You weren't meant for a mundane life. You were marked for a meaningful mission by God. Think back to your childhood. Ever ponder why you seemed wise beyond your years? Or why there seemed to be an unseen weight on your shoulders? Perhaps those around you couldn't perceive what you did or feel the emotions you experienced. But my friend, that feeling of being alone was not in vain. God was using those hard times to forge you into a warrior. Those periods of solitude, those tears, were all part of a divine process that shaped you into who you are now. Now, people can't help but notice how much you've transformed, how you exude an exceptional aura. And sure, some might be unsettled by how different you've become. But rest assured, this brilliance, this divine spark within you can't be overshadowed by anyone's opinions or actions. It was instilled in you by God, and its roots are too deep to be shaken by any storm. Keep watching this video until the end, and you'll truly understand what it means to be chosen. Your path, your light, your destiny. It's all woven into God's grand design. As you step forward each day, know that your journey is continuously evolving, guided by the hand of God, drawing you closer to fulfilling your destined role in this vast tapestry of life. Think back to when you were younger, and people described you as mature beyond your years. They were really picking up on the profound depth of your spirit, a depth that was only starting to reveal itself. Over the years, a divine force touched your life, pulling you from inner shadows into a realm of peace and luminosity. This light within you was not meant to be contained. It was destined to radiate outwards, influencing and uplifting those around you. Now, when you glance at your reflection, there's a noticeable change. Your eyes sparkle with a divine radiance, and your heart is filled with a solid confidence. This inner light has been both your anchor and your driving force, not just illuminating your path, but also serving as a beacon for others. You are indeed the world's light, positioned by God to shine brightly, much like a lamp on a stand. Your experiences and challenges have sculpted you for a higher calling. Therefore, let your light shine freely, sharing your journey and becoming the beacon of hope someone else may need right now. Giving, as they say, is far more rewarding than receiving. Generosity in God's scheme operates like a powerful multiplier. When you sow a seed, expect it to flourish and come back to you manifold. This isn't just a hopeful promise. It's your opportunity today to make a difference. The hardships you've endured have prepared you to lead and enlighten others. Don't let this chance slip by. Consider making a contribution of $20 or more by clicking the Super Thanks button near the subscribe button, helping to extend this light further. Engaging in this act of generosity isn't just about giving. It's about receiving an overflow of blessings in return. Each contribution sows a seed that promises to yield a plentiful harvest. Recall the days of your youth when you were often described as mature or composed. Those compliments were early recognitions of the profound depth of your soul, a depth that was merely the surface of your spiritual journey. As the years unfolded, a heavenly force reached out to you, lifting you from inner shadows and replacing them with serenity and radiance. This newfound light within you wasn't meant to be kept to yourself. It was destined to radiate outward, impacting those in your presence. Today, when you gaze into the mirror, the reflection shows someone transformed. there's a divine radiance in your eyes, a steadfast confidence within you. This internal luminescence has not only carried you through various phases of life, but also serves to lead and uplift others. Remember, you are meant to be a beacon in this world. Positioned prominently like a lamp on a stand, your purpose is to ensure your light reaches all who need it. The trials you've faced were not mere obstacles, but training for this noble role. Don't conceal your light, instead, let it flow freely. Your experience might just be the beacon of hope someone is searching for. Generosity is a key principle in the divine scheme of things, acting as a catalyst for multiplied blessings. When you act today, by planting seeds of kindness and support, you engage with the celestial promise of incredible returns. The hardships you've endured have not only strengthened you, but have also prepared you to illuminate the paths of others. Embrace this moment. Use the Super Thanks feature near the subscribe button to make a contribution of $20 or more. This gesture of generosity is more than just a donation. It's a seed that will grow and return to you manifold. In this divine framework, every contribution you make blossoms into plentiful rewards. Glancing at your reflection sometimes, it almost seemed like looking at a stranger, didn't it? You often felt worn out before you even got a chance to really enjoy life. The person staring back at you from the mirror didn't show the inner strength or balance you were hoping to see. This was a clear sign of the turmoil within you. You always felt a certain disconnect with your body, as if it were an outsider. Perhaps you didn't feed it well, or maybe you never quite figured out how to take proper care of it. Instead of feeling like a safe haven, your body felt more like a barrier, keeping you away from your true aspirations. You've always known you weren't meant to blend in with the crowd, yet there was always that nagging craving for acceptance and belonging. In pursuit of fitting in, you often found yourself drifting from who you truly were, molding yourself to meet others' expectations. No outfit ever seemed to fit perfectly, either too snug or too loose, a mirror of the dissonance festering within. This left you feeling uncomfortable, misplaced, and often misunderstood. However, through the turmoil, a subtle call was emerging deep within you, a whisper, a persistent nudge that pushed you toward becoming who you were destined to be. This deep-seated yearning of your soul was always there, guiding you quietly. Even during your most difficult and confusing times, an invisible force was molding you, directing you towards something greater. The challenges you encountered weren't there to crush you, but to fortify you, getting you ready for a significant role ahead. You might not have recognized it at the time, but you were being groomed for a unique mission. The hardships were not meant to pull you down, but to prepare you for a fresh start that lay just beyond the horizon. Gradually, a subtle awakening began stirring inside you, an undeniable flicker of recognition. As you ventured deeper into understanding yourself, you found the strength to silence the external chaos and tune into the calmness residing within. This inner voice, deeply embedded in your spirit, taught you to view your physical form not as a burden, but as a precious gift, a treasure bestowed by the Creator. You started nurturing your body with care, embracing both its physical needs and its spiritual significance. This shift wasn't about vanity, it was an act of deep appreciation for this divine endowment. Consider the biblical metaphor where Jesus states, "Unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds." John 12, verse 24. Like that seed, there are moments in life when we feel buried, invisible, and misunderstood. Yet within God's grand design, this burial is not a conclusion, but the start of something more prolific and life-giving. What we didn't grasp at the time was that every hardship was planting a seed of divine fortitude within us. Reflecting on our journey, we now see the true worth of the challenges we once bore. Previously, we overlooked the beauty that was always in front of us, We didn't see the resilience in our naive smiles or the brilliance radiating through our trials. We were weighed down by a lack of self-empathy, the misunderstandings of others, and the heavy load of life's demands. Yet all these elements were skillfully interwoven by God to mold us into our destined selves. Now, looking back, a profound empathy stirs within us. We recognize the strength we possessed through those tough times. True, not everything appeared flawless on the surface, but our true strength lay not in superficial perfection, but in our capacity to stand after each fall. The true force propelling us forward was the light emanating from within us. Envision a ship cutting through tempestuous waves, steadfastly following the course its captain has charted. In the turbulent seas of life, you too have navigated according to the route God charted for you. The storms didn't capsize you because God safeguarded your vessel. As time passed, the burdens that once overwhelmed you began to lighten. The internal turmoil subsided, making way for crystal-clear awareness and deep peace. Fear's tight grip eased, and the anxiety that once shackled you diminished. Rather than seeking validation or answers from the outside world, you invited the void within to be filled with divine essence. This newfound strength became the cornerstone of your rebirth, guiding your trust and renewal. Something incredible occurred. As your energy shifted, so too did your appearance. The face that had once carried the burdens of anxiety now shines with divine confidence and tranquility. Your hesitant steps gave way to a graceful and assured gait. Your style evolved to embody your true self, understated yet significant, untouched by passing trends or societal expectations. Your external look now mirrors the inner peace and love that God holds for you. The one favored by God shines like the morning light, like a sunrise on a clear day, glowing bright after rain, which sprouts fresh grass from the earth. 2 Samuel 23 verse 4. You stand as a beacon of morning light in this world. The challenges you faced and the solitude you endured were all elements of God's design to infuse you with His divine light. You carry a peace that might not always be visible, but is certainly felt by those around you. Consider yourself a lantern, guiding the lost through the darkest storms. The warmth in your gaze reflects the spiritual renewal within you. Life is a divine gift, bestowed only upon those shaped by trials. There was a time when you felt overlooked, invisible, and out of sync with the paths others took. However, you now realize not everyone is meant to walk your journey. This distinction, this chosen path, is a blessing. What once drove you to conform is now replaced by a mission to transform the world. Your life's transformation is profound. Feeling different has ceased to be a burden and has become a badge of honor. In God's scheme, your light is meant to stand out, not blend into mediocrity. It carries a vital message of unity, hope, and enlightenment that the world sorely needs. And remember, in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. This verse captures your essence. Each obstacle you've overcome, every tear you've cried, and each silent prayer you've uttered has been part of God's grand plan for your life. When life's burdens seemed too heavy, they were opportunities to fortify and mold your spirit for His higher calling. Like a seed buried in dark soil, you grew through life's darkest periods. Even amidst the storm, God was there, listening to your quiet pleas. He gave you strength. Remain patient. From these trials, beauty will emerge, and today you can feel how these challenges have crafted you into a beacon of light. Seize this moment to let your true spirit glow and extend your amazing journey. Make this time unforgettable by sharing your radiant presence with the world, ensuring that God's light continues to bless you. Demonstrate your support by subscribing and clicking the Super Thanks button with a donation of $20 or more. Your contributions help spread this vital message to a wider audience. Seek righteousness and you will find the fruit of steadfast love. Hosea 10 verse 12. Friends, the promises of God hold true. Every act of kindness you've shown has been like planting seeds, and according to God's law, these seeds never go unappreciated. You're invited today to join in spreading this divine light to more souls. Remember, God's promise is clear. Those who sow seeds of kindness will harvest blessings beyond measure. Embrace this chance now to carry this sacred light further. Each step you take is significant in God's master plan. You are not just passing through. You were selected to spread God's light, which now shines brighter than ever. This transformation has reshaped you and impacted those around you. Some have noticed your calm demeanor and the bright spirit you embody. They've been inspired by the equilibrium you've found and the resilience you radiate, seeking to emulate your profound presence. However, this change wasn't welcomed by everyone. There were those who perceived your light as a danger and sought to snuff it out. This opposition was a challenge to the peace and fortitude you've painstakingly cultivated. Yet the light you carry, gifted by a higher power, is impervious to such negativity. It shines with a relentless glow, immune to jealousy or spite. No one sets up a lamp to conceal it. Rather, it is placed prominently so that all who enter can see its brightness. Friends, you are akin to a beacon ignited by the divine. Your light is meant not only to guide your path, but also to aid others in finding their way through their shadows. This luminous force is so compelling that those who attempt to cover it or snuff it out find themselves overwhelmed by its intensity. The changes in your life have not only transformed you, but have also positively influenced those around you. Your inner serenity, balance, and the light you exude have touched many. Some have admired this peace and drawn inspiration from your journey, wishing to join you in your walk. Yet, like any radiant force, your light sometimes meets resistance. Some view your brilliance as a threat and strive to diminish it. But remember, the light bestowed upon you is impervious to harm. It's a gift from a divine source, unassailable by malice. Like the sun that crowns the sky, no cloud or shadow can fully obscure its splendor. In the face of envy, adversity, and challenges, this light not only protects you, but also fulfills a divine mission on earth. Many people don't fully grasp the essence of your transformation. It extends beyond mere physical changes to a deep spiritual renewal of your very being. The divine power at work within you has laid a foundation that remains unshakable, no matter what challenges come your way. In moments of quiet reflection, as you embrace the person you've evolved into, you revisit memories from your past. Memories you once shied away from because they highlighted your weaknesses or past hardships. However, viewing them now, you perceive the bravery, resilience, and inherent beauty in those challenges. You acknowledge the immense strength it required to morph into the individual you are today. Behold, I am making all things new, Revelation 21 verse 5. Dear friends, imagine an artist meticulously sculpting a masterpiece. That's how God works within you. You are being continuously transformed under His careful touch, becoming ever more splendid. What escapes the understanding of onlookers is that your transformation isn't merely superficial. It occurs deep within your soul, where God orchestrates a divine metamorphosis. Just like a tree, which draws its strength from unseen roots, your capacity to withstand life's storms stems from the robust foundation God has established within you. This foundation empowers you to emerge stronger from each trial. As you reflect on your life's journey, you confront memories that once caused discomfort, memories that exposed your flaws. But now, your perspective has shifted. You no longer focus solely on the faults, but also on the courage and struggles, recognizing God's hand in your development. These recollections validate the profound ways God has shaped you into your current self. In the past, we might have overlooked the beauty right in front of us, the strength hidden behind our youthful naivety, and the light that persisted through our trials. We didn't realize these were all part of God's meticulous design, aimed at molding us into our true selves. Now, reflecting on these times, a profound sense of compassion emerges within us. We can appreciate our strength during those challenging periods, not because everything was perfect, but because of our resilience in standing up after each fall. The inner light we nurtured was the real force driving us onward. Think of a ship braving the high seas, steadfast in its course despite the storm, guided by its captain. Similarly, you've navigated through the turbulent waters of life, following the course God set out for you. The tempests didn't capsize you because God was your anchor protecting your journey. Despite our youthful vulnerability and the immense burdens we carried, we found strength in our purity and resilience. As we ventured into the unknown, laden with worries and fears, we managed to rise each day. Our masks were not shields to hide our identity, but armor to protect our essence. While we believed others saw us as we appeared, God always saw our true worth and guided us long before we recognized His presence. Reflecting on our earlier selves today brings not pity, but pride. How could it be otherwise? Those earlier versions of ourselves were doing all they could with the resources available to them. They laid the groundwork for the people we have become. They endured and persevered, crafting the lives we now enjoy. Our past selves navigated through trials, enduring restless nights and periods of doubt, all while seeking our rightful place in the world. Today, we stand resilient and enlightened thanks to their efforts. We owe them a great deal. They loved us with a depth beyond our comprehension, fighting forgotten battles that ultimately molded our spirits. Looking back, our hearts swell with gratitude and affection for our past selves. Imperfect as they were, they displayed remarkable courage. The dreams they once hesitated to chase were safeguarded for us, waiting for the right moment to be realized. They clung to these aspirations, trusting that we would one day make them come true. Now we no longer look for validation from others because we understand the unconditional love and acceptance from our Creator has always been there, sufficing above all else. Though we stand in the present, we must never lose sight of the selves who brought us here. Encircled by fears yet buoyed by hope, they envisioned the tranquility we now enjoy. They reached out through prayers and longings, and though it sometimes felt like we were confined within impenetrable walls, God was always listening. Even in times when His presence seemed distant, He was subtly guiding us toward the serenity we now know. Today, we embrace the dreams and legacies left by our former selves. We recognize the resilience they instilled in us, the valuable lessons learned from their challenges, and most importantly, the love they extended. This love continues to fortify us, and we constantly feel God's presence in our lives. He recognized the possibilities within us and the strength we could forge through adversity. In moments when we felt overwhelmed and on the brink of collapse, it was He who held us intact. As we advance, we carry forward not just our ambitions, but also the aspirations of those who came before us. Each step we take is infused with their strength, their dreams, and their profound love that underpins our every action. With every stride forward, we are reminded of the boundless potential that lies within, nurtured through our trials and the unwavering support of a higher power. We are continually emboldened by this enduring connection, crafting a future that honors both our past and the endless possibilities that await. You are the world's beacon. A city on a hill is always visible. Dear friends, the light God blessed you with is meant to brighten not just your path, but the entire world. This radiant light is not earned. It is a divine grace. God crafted you with a specific purpose, molded you through hardships, and strengthened you through each challenge. The glow within us is more than mere existence. It embodies God's loving presence. Consider a lamp. It needs oil to burn and a power source to shine. Your power source is God's unending strength. This light, immune to human criticism and life's challenges, has its foundation in God's love, a foundation that no storm can shake. Each challenge you faced has been a step in preparing you for today. Recall those times when God was polishing you during your toughest days. He noted every tear, heard every whispered prayer, and was setting the stage for your greater triumphs. Now you stand firm, aware that your light shines not by your power, but through His grace. We advance in peace, secure in our completeness. We understand that we lack nothing essential. With every step, we're thankful for what's behind us, grateful for the now, and hopeful for what's ahead. We stride confidently, knowing we are enacting God's plan, proud of our identity and eager to meet future challenges. For those who haven't yet recognized their own light or seen their true worth when they look in the mirror, don't lose hope. You are stronger than you realize, more valued than you know, and God is forever by your side. When you reflect on these times in the future, you'll clearly see your own strength and beauty. You'll appreciate the bravery you showed with each step and the resilience in each trial. At that moment, you'll understand that you've been moving steadily toward the person God designed you to be. And the worth you carry within will reveal itself as an enduring and indestructible truth, one that no force on earth can diminish.